On October the 12th of this month, Josh Warrington should be making another defence of his IBF featherweight championship against a Frenchman who's 33 called Sofiane Takoucht. I don't know how to say this guy's name. I'm sure I've absolutely butchered the pronunciation, but that in itself is a tell that we do not know who this guy is. And that while Warrington is kind of due a filler fight, you could say, because wins the title off Selby, defends against Frampton, then defends again against a really awkward Kid Galahad. This guy is deserving of a victory lap, but there's a problem here. And that is that because Warrington isn't a fighter outside of those who really appreciate their boxing and outside of his beloved Leeds fans, he doesn't really capture the imagination that much. He's never been a big puncher. And I know he likes to give explanations of why, but just the fact is he doesn't really have the raw power. It doesn't necessarily matter because he can sting people and his work rate normally gets the better of people. But because he's not particularly slick, because he's not a particularly big puncher, he's not a particularly charismatic guy either, that doesn't go into making a particularly magnetic figure. Someone like Tyson Fury, if he takes a 1 year, even a 2 year sabbatical like he almost did, people are like, where's Tyson Fury? Where's Tyson Fury? When's he going to be back? When's the lineal champ going to be back? And prove all those other bums wrong. That doesn't work with someone like Josh Warrington. He's the kind of guy, because he never really got that many knockouts to begin with, he's a guy that even though he's kind of made it now, he's always going to be doubted. We're always waiting for him to prove us wrong in a way. Whereas when you get the guys with the big potential, even when they lose, we're kind of always waiting for them to have that big victory to sort of for it to make sense in our head and go, oh yeah, he is that guy. That's kind of how it works. It's human nature. So Warrington, it's not really good that he's having this fight against a bit of a nobody. The plan was, now he had to take the fight against Kid Galahad, it was a mandatory, so he had to get that one out of the way. But he wanted to fight Oscar Valdez, Mexican WBO featherweight champion, and that would have been a great fight. Their styles would have really worked because Valdez has the power and he's very game, good work rate as well, but he's a bit of a rough house. There's not much finery to his work, whereas Warrington is quite a neat operator, so he could have balanced out the lack of power against Valdez with his tight defense and his clever boxing. But now Valdez is probably going up to super featherweight, so that boat has sailed. What Warrington wants to do is fight Gary Russell Jr., who is the WBC featherweight champion. But now here's another problem. Gary Russell Jr. only fights about once a goddamn year. He has fought once in 2015, 16, 17, 18, and now 19. And because he's fought against Kiko Martinez in this year, it was either April or May, he's probably not going to fight again. So his only opportunity on that rhythm would be to fight him about May, April next year. And if he doesn't, then he can't. I don't know, is Gary Russell Jr. a Muslim? And does he perform Ramadan? I don't know. Why is he so inactive? But that's not the only reason, for me, why the Gary Russell Jr. fight isn't a good idea for the Leeds Warrior. And that is that Gary Russell Jr. is very slick, very quick. His style, for me, on paper, doesn't match up very well with Josh Warrington's. It would probably be more of a boxing match. He would be able to get away from the swarming attempts of Warrington, turn it into a boxing match with speed, and then win it. Warrington likes the idea of the green and gold belt, but I don't think that's the best avenue. For me, the best idea, even though he's got a fight in November, would be to pursue Leo Santa Cruz. He is more hittable for me than Gary Russell Jr. And also importantly, I think more people know who he is. Gary Russell Jr., because of how inactive he is, he's kind of fallen off the radar. And of course, Leo Santa Cruz has a common opponent in Carl Frampton. So, that is going to help a lot. I expect Warrington to win on the 12th of this month against whoever this Frenchman he's fighting, but from there, he's got to try and hope he can get the Gary Russell Jr. fight if that's the one he wants, because his career really does need to keep momentum.